Welcome everyone to the Sacred Heart Nurse Show. I'm your host, Dina, a heart nurse, an energy healer, a gifted intuitive, and a clairvoyant. As a transformational coach, I'm going to be focusing on money, mindset, and manifestation, and assisting you in clearing any core issues, limiting beliefs, and blocks that are holding you back from living a life of your highest potential. As a soul gift activator, I'm going to be assisting you in activating your spiritual gifts and connecting with higher dimensional light beings like your guides, angels, and ascended masters, so you can step into your true power as a powerful co-creator with the universe. I welcome you all with so much love and light into the sacred space. Hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome to today's episode all about my 5D, which is a fifth dimensional way of manifesting. And I had done a live a few weeks ago on Instagram about my 5D manifestation technique that I use all the time for myself to manifest a lot of things into my life with so much ease and grace. And I had gotten so many requests from all of you to turn that information or that live into a podcast episode so you can have access to the information I shared that day and I shared today. And so you can go back and re-listen to this episode and manifest anything you wish to manifest with so much ease and flow. What exactly are dimensions? First of all, dimensions are not places or locations. Dimensions are levels of consciousness that vibrate at a certain rate. You might have heard the terms third dimensional, fourth dimensional, and or fifth dimensional. And as you progress further into the higher dimensions, in each higher dimension, there exists a more clear, more wider perspective of reality, and there's also a greater level of knowing. And I want to call that inner knowing or intuition. And the further more you vibrate at a higher dimension, you're more likely to experience more freedom, greater power, and more opportunities to create your reality. Now that you know what is a dimension and a definition of a dimension, you might ask the next question as, what is a fifth dimension look like, or maybe feel like, or what do you experience in the fifth dimension? So let me start by talking a little bit more about the fifth dimension. Now, the fifth dimension has been described as the dimension of love, of living totally from the heart center or your heart chakra. So in order to enter into the fifth dimension and stay there, all mental, emotional baggages must be left at the door. You should have little or no fear, no anger, hostility, guilt, nothing, no suffering or sense of separation exists in that dimension. So then you might wonder, how is the manifestation process in the fifth dimension? Well, the good news is that the manifestation in the fifth dimension is instantaneous. So you literally think about something and it becomes present. Now, wouldn't that be a cool thing to have, to manifest something instantaneously? Well, my fifth dimensional framework helps you do just that. Of course, there is some work that needs to be done on your part that's going to enable you to vibrate higher and higher and higher and reach this fifth dimensional way of manifesting. But believe me, it's definitely a muscle. It's something you need to practice and practice and practice to make it perfect. It's not going to work the first time you do it, probably not the second time around either. It's something you need to build. Just like you build a muscle when you go to the gym and work out all the time, then you start seeing that muscle grow, right? Well, it's the same thing here. You really need to practice these 5 steps that I'm going to share today with you in order to make this come to reality for you almost instantaneously. So I'm hoping that you're super excited to learn more about my fifth dimensional way of manifesting. And of course, there are 5 steps to this process. And all the steps start with the letter D. So it's super easy for you to remember all the steps. So the first step is D for desire. Now, you need to have something you want to manifest. And I am coining this term as desire because I don't believe it's only just your thoughts that help you manifest something. It has to be your thoughts combined with your emotions. And therefore, I would rather go with the term desire, because when you desire something, you're really mixing your thought process with your emotions or your heart chakra or your heartfelt desire or your heartfelt emotion. So first you need to have a desire. Now, manifesting from a 5D reality standpoint, you need to have that desire be truly, truly aligned to you. Meaning, is it aligned to your soul mission, your soul purpose, and your higher self? Is it truly aligned to your heart center or your heart chakra? Is it really a heart-centered desire? So how do you know if it's heart-centered or not? Is it coming from a place of love, compassion, excitement, joy? Or is it coming from a place of ego, fear, comparison, or jealousy? Because remember, these are the low vibrational energies that are not compatible with the 5D reality. And since we want to manifest from a place of fifth dimensional reality, so more heart-centered desires, we want to be more conscious about our desires as to how and where they're stemming from. Because right now we are exposed to social media all the time, 24/7. So sometimes you feel like that's your desire, but it's really, really important that you go deeper, a level deeper, and become more consciously aware and see, is it stemming from your truest desire? Is it just something that you need because it's based on instant gratification, or perhaps jealousy or comparison or ego or lack? So now you know how to discern whether desire is heart-centered or not, because the more heart-centered your desire is, the more aligned it is to your higher self, and the more aligned it is, the more easier it becomes to manifest it instantaneously. Now let's move on to the second step. The second step is decluttering or declutter. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you need to focus on decluttering the three things that I'm about to mention. The first one being decluttering your mind. The second one, decluttering your environment. And third is decluttering toxic people. Now, why is decluttering so important? The reason a lot of people overlook this second step is because they don't feel it's important. But I want to put this into perspective as to why it is super, super important when you're trying to manifest from a fifth dimensional reality. And the importance is that it's tied to the universal law of flow, which is based on the idea or concept that everything will flow to you once you align to it. Now, if you have resistance along the way, if you have resistance along the path, you're not going to be able to attract the very thing you desire, because that very thing that you desire is coming to you, but it's going to meet so many resistant points, like I want to say it, that it's difficult for the thing to come to you in a record time. So let me take an example of you wanting to manifest a job, for example. A very simple desire. You want to switch jobs. But the reason you're not able to do it, or you're not able to quickly manifest that, is because you have to declutter. So maybe you have to start decluttering your mind because you have so many preconceived notions that you're not good enough, maybe you're not qualified enough, maybe you need to get one more certification before you qualify for a different job or a high-paying job. Or it could be declaring toxic people who, when you mention that you want to switch jobs or you want to apply for a higher paying job, are all like naysayers and maybe not supporting you. So instead of boosting your energy, you surround yourself with people who are going to put you down and are going to put you in a very low vibe place. And the other thing you want to do is you might want to, let's say, declutter your wardrobe, because if you're really looking for a higher paying job, maybe an office job, or maybe you're looking to move up a level into management or something, you need to declutter what you are wearing right now, meaning you need to up level your wardrobe, right? So you need to get rid of everything from your wardrobe that is not really you, that does not represent the old you, because now you want to become the more confident you, the more able you, the more capable you. So what kind of clothes would you be wearing? So that are just a few examples that I want to mention, but be mindful and be extremely creative here. You can declutter a lot of things. I've had clients who decluttered their wardrobe, their shoe racks, their kitchen cabinets, and received multiple clients, or clients approached them because that was literally blocking them or resisting the flow of the desire towards them. Now, moving on to the third step, and the third step is deserve. You want to know, believe, and understand that you are very, very deserving of the thing that you desire. Now, deservingness or self-worth is a huge block. So if you have tried a lot of mindset work around your self-worth, meaning boosting your self-worth or boosting your lack of deservingness and becoming more deserving of the very thing you desire, then you need to maybe focus on cleansing or clearing your energy or your energetics at a more cellular level. And this is what I offer, because having worked with so many clients, I know now that deservingness or lack of self-worth is a huge block that stems from, believe me, past lives. It stems from ancestral lineage. It also stems from your inner childhood block. It also can stem from karmic issues around self-worth or deservingness. And I primarily work with energy, so I am a master at helping you clear your energy around all the blocks that you may have. And self-worth is one of the blocks that you might have. So at a beginner level, you might want to try using affirmations to see if you can change it at a cerebral level or a subconscious level. And if that doesn't work for you, then you know that it is an energetic block. It's really something in your energetic field that's stopping you from attracting the very thing you desire, because you have a huge block around self-worth. Now, the best way to get in touch with me around releasing your self-worth block is by Instagram. You can DM me at my Instagram handle, which is Dina Visram, at Dina Visram. Okay, now moving on to the fourth step is doership. And what does doership mean? Now, you might remember the term that you co-create with the universe. So when you're a co-creator, you are like a partner. You have to do your part. And that is where my fourth step stems from. And it simply means, what is your part in this manifestation process? So it could be something minor as maybe visualizing, doing affirmations, contacting a coach or a mentor to help you release those blocks, maybe doing chakra balancing or some energetic clearings, maybe getting a reading, maybe working on a vision board, maybe journaling. It could be any of these things. Or it could be more physical things, for example, like if you're trying to manifest a new job, taking the example that I mentioned before, you might want to do your part by tweaking your resume, for example, even setting up a profile on LinkedIn, or if you already have a profile, tweaking that profile a little bit, maybe adding a brand new picture of you, a confident you in that picture, smiling. So you might want to do something that you have to do, because remember, you're a co-creator. Yes, the universe will take 10 steps towards you, but you need to take that first step. And sometimes doership is more about stepping outside of your comfort zone and really showing up. Sometimes all that is to the manifestation part, or your part in the manifestation process, is really stepping up and just stepping outside the box and fully going all in without the fear. I mean, the fear will always be there, but it's really combating your fear and going all in and really doing your part 100%. Perfect. Now let me move on to the fifth and final step, which is detachment. Now, this is a very difficult step to master, and I know a lot of people have issues around this step. And what is detachment? Or can I say the other term is surrendering? Now, surrendering, it doesn't mean quitting, and it doesn't mean giving up either. Surrendering means not creating resistance around the very thing you desire. And that means that you're not going against the very thing you're trying to attract by struggling, worrying, constantly thinking about when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, why isn't it happening? And one way to overcome this constant worry and struggle and stress is to double up on your faith. Really, really believe with all your will and might that whatever you desire, knowing that it's aligned with your heart, knowing that you deserve it, knowing that you decluttered anything that's stopping you from getting there, knowing that you did your part, is coming to you. It is really an area where you need to let go of attachment, because you're going to then allow God, the universe, the angels, divinity to step in and give you something way, way better than you can ever visualize. Because remember, the universe is the mother of all creation. That's what I believe in. And the universe can visualize something way, way, way better than you can ever do. It can outdo your best visualization 1,000 times over. So this is the time to really detach and let go and allow the universe to deliver something way better for you, because you will be pleasantly surprised with what the universe gives you. Allow the universe to surprise you. You don't want to be in control of how it will happen, when it will happen, because this will literally tie the universe's hands behind their back. And you don't want to do that. You want to allow the universe to give you something way, way more magnificent than you could ever visualize. So I hope you loved my 5 steps to a 5D manifestation technique. And let me know your feedback about this process, because this was something that was literally downloaded to me, given to me by the universe, by the angels, by the guides, by the ascended masters. It was just something that was channeled, and I've been practicing this for a very long time now, and I've gotten amazing results with my 5D manifestation process. And I wish the same for all of you, and much more. So much love and light. If you absolutely loved today's episode, I would love for you to connect with me on Instagram at Sacred Heart Nurse, or visit my website, sacredheartnurse.com. I also teach spiritual gift activations in my free Facebook group, so don't forget to check out the link in the episode notes section for this particular episode. I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you. So much love and light. Thank you so much.